Guys, I'm about to fucking hell. Kiss a rock.
How is your balance so bad?
That one was actually on purpose. About to kiss a rock here, guys. Shit.
It's not like I even tortured you to do that.
I'm telling you, that is the pitch of meaninglessness that I have. I would kiss anything. I don't even want to do it, for any emotional reason, but I suppose you feel that you have some kind of a dignity.
Not just that, but also I get something out of it, so...
I guess, yeah.
And dignity is really just preserving what you get out of something.
Holy, it's a bit chilly.
Okay, yeah, that's it.
We hit
Fucking
the
hell.
bricks.
Let's get the hell out of here. Should I just keep recording? Or...
on a separate recording, the rock recording is its own special thing.
No, this is still the rock recording.
Rock recording!
Okay, yeah, but act like we're not recording right now. You know what I mean?
Rock recording and get the water bottle. Gotta get the water bottle.
Maybe I should leave the water bottle.
You should what? You should get out of here? Yeah, I think you should get out of here.
We're good now.
It's the opposite of the Get Back album. I personally don't think cars are all that great,
Well, I mean, I don't think we need to know as many people as we know.
I disagree.
Okay.
We
Yeah.
need to, well, we
That's
don't
pretty
need,
fair.
we don't need anything. But, I mean, it doesn't take to know more people. Is it?
No, but I mean that all the things that come from having cars aren't that great. Well, actually, I mean, going to very exotic places and traveling is pretty useful, I guess.
Well, cars don't matter in small towns in Europe where you don't use cars, but in America they're necessary.
No, but I mean, if you ever wanted to cross the country, it's more convenient with cars. Well, then maybe we should just have trains.
I mean, you get on a train in Europe, wait a couple hours, you're in a place where people are speaking a different language. So in America, you'd still be in Utah.
Well, that's because of the culture in Europe having had so long to develop and differentiate in each area. Because each area was like its own little village.
Yeah.
Whereas in America, this stuff has only been built up for a couple hundred years. So there aren't really unique cultures.
there's just unique groups of immigrants. But those cultures are, much less differentiated than any one culture in Europe. The fully differentiated cultures of America are those of Native Americans, who of course, most of them, 97% of them, are gone.
Do you think artists are overvalued, undervalued, or valued just enough?
In America,
Yeah, sure.
well, in some places in Europe, and I think also some Asian countries, I think Asia Japan might have something like this. Well, there's like a thing where if you say that making art is your primary income or whatever, you get officially registered as an artist. They have certain health insurance policies and things like that you would get from your employer if you worked for a company. But if you prove that you really are a freelance artist, that's a valued enough contribution to society, and it's should be protected as a legitimate job.
That's actually really cool.
So, there's benefits to that. Now, of course, it is really hard to make a living, but if you prove that you are making a living doing it, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't get the same benefits you might get if you work for a company or the government.
Mm-hmm.
But there's absolutely nothing of the sort in America. So, I think it'd be sick as fuck if there was something like that. Of course, in America, the only legitimate artists are the ones who are supremely popular. There's no idea right now of making it as a local artist. The best you could do making it as a local artist in America would be either being a YouTuber or you might be the band director at a school, and then you write arrangements. That's a local artist. But ultimately, that's kind of a government job. But in the past, there would have been a demand for a local painter. Every town would want to have the guy who paints all the family portraits, and then maybe he also sells his own paintings. And the people in the town have no other access to paintings other than the guy who lives in the town, who is the town painter.
Yeah.
But you could say that kind of a thing still exists on various websites online. But you can't make a living really doing that. Yeah, photography, I guess, but I feel like photography is not
enough to make a living.
I've also no, you can definitely make a living with photography. But I mean that the actual art part of it, not really making a living on it. Not really able to spend the majority of your time with the art part of it unless you've already made a fortune. Which then, the people who do make a living with the purely art part of it, you have to be a best-selling author or, a musical superstar or something. You have to be hugely popular to be successful as an artist. Which only 1% of Americans, their primary income is their art.
I find that being a superstar is very lame on that side, though, because especially especially as a musician, because it's mostly just performative and it's not actually like you're making anything.
Well, I mean,
Some musicians,
that
some
depends.
superstars and musicians, I wouldn't even call them musicians because they don't even make anything.
I mean, the Beatles didn't tour or have any performances from like 66 until 69. They were just working in the studio and making money from albums and singles.
Yeah, but they were still making shit.
Yeah, but to your point of like people being more performers than creators.
I mean, John Philip Sousa was a big performer, yeah, but like the point of his shows was mostly the music, right?
Well, the performance was the music.
Yeah. So the music's the point. Nowadays with music, it's less about the music, more about the shit behind it.
Well, also people are completely caring of vibes, which, I mean, I guess people mostly cared about vibes before. You know, you had to write music that fit certain aesthetic properties. But I mean, like, you know, people don't go to the opera nowadays. I mean, I guess people go to Broadway shows. I mean, really, who's to say that today is actual work? And it would have been back.
Get up to the phone and everything like that.
So what do you think the title of this?
Getaway album, maybe?
Didn't we have a title as we were walking out the door?
Yeah, we did. Let me think. It was not really a good title, bro.
Have you, I mean, I don't know what title it is.
It's like 3:30. Is he gonna take down that poster? Friday night football tickets?
There's a game, I mean, on Friday. United States. Yeah, today's not Friday. Are your parents going to vote tomorrow?
Yeah. My dad really doesn't want that Republican with 2 J's in his name. Really doesn't like that guy.
What did you do?
He tried to run for Ohio and he succeeded, but he like fucked a lot in public office.
What's wrong with that?
I mean,
I mean, if you're not hitting when you're winning, when are you hitting?
I agree with you, but it's also I agree with Dad at the same time. Mostly because it's competitive. I don't know.
What is that?
Should I get my
I
person
mean-
to come over?
Yeah, I guess. I'm probably gonna like eat food.
Yeah, that's just correct. Oh, Sasha.
Oh yeah, what's the name of the soprano?
The soprano is Sheila. It's named after TF2 character, Heavy Weapons guy. His weapons. The stock minigun is Sasha. The Tomislav is Svetlana. There's no like weapon name for Natasha. Natasha is just Natasha. And I think the brass beast is Sheila. Svetlana is my favorite name of them, but it doesn't fit any of my saxophones that I like. It would fit a tenor, but no one fucking likes a tenor saxophone. Do you like a tenor saxophone? Do you prefer tenor over alto? Some of the time? Any of the time? Because I don't.
Well, I don't think we've actually played a quality tenor because that thing cost like $100.
Yeah,
Um,
but
couldn't
I
say
just
for
don't
certain.
like tenors either way. I just feel like it sounds better than an alto. And if you want something deeper, then you go with Natasha, with the low one. Nice.
well, yeah, but the tenor, it's like a middle ground between the alto and the baritone.
No, really?
I think there are more famous and successful tenor players out there who were mainly tenor players in the history of jazz than alto. There's a lot of band leaders who play tenor.
I don't feel like there should be anyone leading a band. At least a jazz band. I feel like there should just be the jazz band and it.
Well, yeah,
Should
but
just
basically
not
all
be led. It
whenever
should run away free.
whenever you're looking at a jazz record, there has to be a main name on the record for you to buy it. Otherwise, what would it be?
Okay, so yeah, just
there are some like
just
collective
slap
groups.
Count Basie on and play a Sammy Nestico song but just have that kind of be the foundation of it, but don't really play anything. Just go. Don't have a leader. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, not really. Like, that's kind of stupid.
I disagree. I mean, we don't have a leader for Allegedly Jazz, and we make beautiful sounds.
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of bands without leaders, but like lots of bands do have band leaders.
And do they sound better with band leaders?
I'm saying that when you go out to buy a record, if it has a name that you know, that's like how people would buy records. Except people don't buy records anymore, but there has to be a name attached to it, ultimately. A nominal ghost.
Yeah.
Tranquility.
I told you about this before.
Nod.
But do you ever take a milk jug, an empty milk jug, and you just